The last 2 days you've been working with equations, and today you're going to work with inequalities. So let's just go ahead and define what an inequality is. An inequality is a mathematical statement that compares two expressions using the symbols less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. Now, if I ask you to find a solution set of an inequality, that's the set of all points on the number line that satisfy the inequality or make it true. Now, all of the properties of equality are also true for inequalities. With one very important difference. If you multiply or divide by a negative number, you must flip the inequality symbol. So when you're graphing on the number line, less than and greater than are an open circle. Less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, mean a closed circle or endpoint. All right, let's go ahead and solve this one. I like to have my variables on the left-hand side, so that's what I'm going to ask you to do. And 13a. We can't simplify either one of these sides, so that's why I'm starting right out with subtracting 13a from both sides. That gives me a negative 5a minus 2 greater than or equal to 8. Okay, now I'm going to add 2 to both sides. So that's going to give me negative 5a is greater than or equal to 10. All right, now I'm going to divide by negative 5. And because I am, look back up here, dividing by a negative number, we need to reverse the inequality. So this is going to now be a, it's not going to be greater than or equal to, it's going to be less than or equal to negative 2. Now it says solve and graph. So off to the side, let's go ahead and graph. What I'm going to ask you to do, if you don't have a number line, is just put 0 on your number line and the number that's in your inequality. Now, the reason why I say keep this on the left is because if and only if this is on the left, your number line or your graph points in the same direction as this. So you can kind of put a line here, and that's the direction that the arrow needs to go. So because of this, it means that it's a closed endpoint. So I'm just going to close this right here, and I'm going to take my arrow to the left. So less than or equal to negative 2 is graphed. All right, let's go to number 2. Number 2, I can't simplify either side. So the next step is I'm going to move my variable, so minus 4x. And that's going to give me negative 3x plus 8 is less than 4x plus 17. Whoops, I don't have my negative. Sorry about that. We don't have our negative 4x anymore. That turned into 0, so that's going to be 17. There we go. All right, now I'm going to move my 8 over, so subtract 8, and I have negative 3x is less than 9. Okay, now I can divide by negative 3, and again, when I divide by a negative number, multiply or divide, it makes me flip this inequality in order to make it a true statement. So this is going to be x is greater than, and 9 divided by negative 3 is going to give me a negative 3. Okay, so we go to graph that on a number line, and we have, I'll put my 0 here, my negative 3 here. There's no line under here, so the endpoint is open, and I have my variable on the left, so I know that my arrow goes this way, greater than goes that way. Okay, you have a couple of you try it questions to work on.